Anyway, I think it would be nice to have Bob get up and say a few words. But before he does, Robbie didn't want to say anything today, even though, contrary to his own opinion, he actually is the eldest of the Power kids. So, uh, deputizing in his place, well, first of all, I think Robbie and Eugene, what a fantastic job they did today. So, thank you. And thanks to Lily for the weather. Bit of praying never hurts. And Natalie would also like to send her love and best wishes to everybody. She's not here today, my wife. So I don't want to say too much, but you know, I've thought about what do you say about your parents' marriage, and there's meant to be lots to say, but I think it's difficult as a child to make a comment. I think it's more important to say what it's like as one of the kids, and I think one of the great testimonies to my parents is that we're all here today, and it's easy for us to be here because we enjoy each other, we love each other, and we enjoy each other's company tremendously. And I think that's a great testament to the household that we grew up in and the environment we grew up in. And I do have a couple of stories. I think back to, well, what was it like growing up? And I know James is 9 years younger than me and probably about 5 years younger than Robbie. So, I remember a few things. I remember, you know, a lot of people in the house eating was always a bit of a challenge. There was kind of three phases in our growing up. First of all, it was the egg phase, and you could have whatever the hell you wanted as long as it was scrambled. Then we went through the Sunday dinner roast beef phase, where the real challenge was to try and get everybody sitting at the table together. Usually there was at least three people finished before Mom got to sit down. And then we went through the famous Super Quinn coleslaw phase when Mum went back to work, and it was pizzas and coleslaw, yeah, fish fingers and coleslaw, and the old special coleslaw sandwiches with Brennan's bread. But we survived it all. Don't think it did us any harm. There was also the toileting phase. I mean, I think our greatest ambition in life was to all grow up in a house that had more than one bathroom. And again, my darling brother Robbie, he had a bit of a, so I guess he kind of controlled the bathroom key, and he kind of had two habits in there which kind of go beyond the normal. One is singing and concerts and all the rest. The other one was quite entertaining as long as you didn't need to go too much. That was when he used to roar into the little toilet paper holder to make his animal noises. So the only way really to get him out was to, you know, thankfully the mum and dad had the sense to put a window in on top of the toilet door, so we were able to climb up and do our chin-ups and roar at him to get the hell out of the bathroom, because we needed to go. Ruth was probably the other memorable person. She'd go in, it sounded like Niagara Falls when she went to the bathroom, but at least she got in and got out, which was always good. And the other thing I remember is traveling. I'm sure it was the same in every household. A lot of people to the car. There's probably 3 or 4 people in the front seat alone. And whenever we'd go away, Dad would have a great strategy where he always had the bigger car, but he'd go out and he'd nonchalantly light up a cigarette. So we'd all dive into Mum's pretty zippy Hillman Imp or Vauxhall Viva or whatever the hell she had. Martis Minor. On our way to Kilkee. And, you know, rumour has it that the fastest game in the world is past the parcel in a Belfast pub, but I actually think it was past the toilet potty in the back of our car. Ruth again was the queen. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. So, what else do I want to say? Not a whole lot. I think, you know, our parents, they were excellent parents, and we did get a lot of alone time. Mum was great for bringing us into town and bringing us shopping one at a time, and you go into Arnott's and you be measured up for the pants, for the long pants or whatever, and of course you came out with after a lovely cup of coffee and a big old chocolate donut or whatever, which was the main reason for going in, but you always came out thinking you had one leg longer than the other after your man measured you up. And Dad used to bring us on his trials where he'd bring us on over to London on the trips, or
Oh,
over to Manchester and Liverpool on the buying trips. And I think any of us who survived that can survive a lot of things in life. They were not easy. But I think back on Mum and Dad. I think they were very generous. I think Dad, and he was extremely selfless in terms of the work he put in. He had three of us went to boarding school. I think he put about 12 of us through college by the time we were all finished. And he worked his ass off for many, many years. And I remember one piece of advice he gave me growing up, and it's always stuck with me. He says, "You've always got to look yourself in the mirror every day." And I think it was very sound advice. And I also remember from my mother, she gave me a great piece of advice growing up, and that was, when you're married, you always need your friends. You need them as much as you do when you're single. And I think it was a testimony to the fact that you really have to be the person you are through every aspect of your life. And I think she's done that better than most people that I know. And she also, a very sad event in her life, but a really important one in my own life, in terms of my own later memories, when her brother was killed. And I saw one of the great acts of humanity, in my opinion, when my mother forgave the person who killed her brother. And I thought it was just an incredible gesture, and it really helped me sort of become the person I am today in terms of the lesson that she provided to quite a young, impressionable person at the time. So anyway, on that happy note, uh, I don't have anything more to say. I'd like Bob to get up. I want to say congratulations from all of us. I think they did a great job. I'm very proud to be one of their children. I know I can speak for the rest of my siblings as well. So thank you.